Okay, good day everyone. Since we have tackled already about the ungrouped data, natapos na natin yung quartile, decile, and percentile, we will now proceed to the group data which has also three categories, which is quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. So since nauna ang quartiles, dun muna tayo mag. So, but before that, let me read first the lesson objective, and that are illustrate quartiles of group data, calculate the specified values of quartiles of a set group of data, interpret quartiles of group data, and solve real-life problems involving quartiles of group data. Okay? Okay, mag-review muna tayo about the last topic that we have tackled. So, pag sinabi nating are the three score points divided into four equal parts, that is quartile. And when we say, are the 9 score points divided into 10 equal parts, that is decile. And are the 99 score points divided into 100 equal parts, that is percentile. Now, it is used when the scores or data or n is less than or equal to 30, and that is ungrouped data. So, ginagamit lang natin ang ungrouped data if the n is less than or equal to 30. So, kapag napansin nyo, yung mga binigay kong quiz and worksheets sa inyo, or mga examples, or n lang is 10, n is equal to 18, 14, and so on. So, dito sa group data, of course, that is greater than or equal to 30. So, pwede na siya sa 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and so on, hanggang 100, and kahit ilan pa yan. Basta greater than 30. So, before tayo mag-proceed sa quartiles of group data, let me ask you something. Na-try nyo na bang gumawa ng frequency distribution table? If yes, so ginawa nyo yan nung grade 7. But then, kung hindi nyo nare-recall, i-recall natin ngayon. And this is our prerequisite topic. So, constructing a frequency distribution table para kapag nag-compute na tayo ng quartiles of group data, hindi na kayo masya-shocked about sa mga terms and sa mga tables na ipapakita ko later on. So, let's construct a frequency distribution table. So, what is a frequency distribution table? That is, after the data collection process, one method of organizing and presenting data is through frequency distribution. So, kapag marami na masyado yung data, hindi na natin siya kayang gamitan ng Mendenhall or linear interpolation method. So, gagamit na tayo ngayon ng frequency distribution and frequency distribution table. So, pag sinabi natin frequency distribution table, it is a table that lists numerical data that have been grouped in intervals and frequency of occurrence and data. Okay? Next. So, these are the steps in constructing frequency distribution table. For step 1, we will arrange the data in ascending order. So, for example, ang items na ipapakita ko mamaya is 70 items, 50 items, din i-arrange muna natin siya in ascending order. So, matrabaho ang pag-a-arrange ng data. And then, calculate the range. So, kapag na-arrange na natin in ascending order, ma-identify na natin kung ano nga ba yung lowest and highest score or highest grade and lowest grade. And now, decide the class size. So, commonly, given na ang class size. Kasi kapag hindi siya given, gagamitan mo pa siya ng formula that something log sa calculator para ma-identify mo yung class size. So, commonly, naibibigay naman na yon sa problem. And then, step 4 is divide the range by the class size to identify the class interval. Pag sinabi nating class size, magkaiba siya sa class interval. Kasi ang class size is, for example, 11 to 12, 13 to 14, 15, to 16, 17, 18. So, pag sinabi nating class size, ang class size dyan, class, is 4. So, magiging class size natin is 4 kasi bibilangin natin kung ilan yung na-formulate natin in the class interval or class interval scores. So, ang class interval naman, ito yung kapag binilang natin kung ilan yung in between from the first point to the last point. For example, yung 11 to 12, pag binilang natin yung interval nila, pag mag-uumpisa tayo dun sa 11, so 11 and 12. So, ang class interval nito, which is denoted to I, is dalawa. Kasi 11 and 12. For example naman is 13 to 17. Ang class interval niyan ay 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So, meron tayong 5 na interval. Okay. And after that, so makukompute naman siya by dividing the range and class size. And for the step 5, we will now construct a frequency table. Okay, this is the example. The following are the scores of 50 students in a math test with 6 class size. Kung napapansin nyo, given ang class size. So, the first step is to arrange the data in ascending order. Okay? So, titignan natin dito sa 50 items na to kung saan yung pinakamaliit hanggang sa pinaka-highest score. So, matrabaho niya. And I spent almost 3 minutes in arranging this data. So, ayan na. So, 21 to 50. We can now identify what is the highest and lowest score. Okay? So, the highest score is 50 and the lowest score is 21. So, overall, that is 50 items. Kasi bilangin natin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, 50 lahat yan. And then, the next step daw is to calculate the range. Ano ulit yung formula natin in calculating the range? That is highest minus lowest. So, our highest is 50 and our lowest is 21. So, our range now is 29. Okay. And then, step 3 is decide the class size. Nasa ating given naman na, which is 6. And para ma-identify natin kung ano yung class interval natin, we will divide the range by the class size. So, ang formula natin ay magiging R divided by CS. So, our R is 29 and our class size is 6. So, 29 divided by 6 is, kung i-compute natin yan sa ating calculator, ang lalabas ay 4.83. So, ang class size is always a whole number kasi hindi mo naman magbibilang yung 0.83. As I've said na ang class size natin, for example, is 13 to ano yung susunod niya. So, bibilang tayo ng 4.83. So, 13, 14, 15, 16, 7, 13, 14, 15, 16. So, yung 0.83, that is not equal to 1. Okay? So, paano natin siya ma-identify? So, ang lagi natin dapat gawin dito is mag-round up tayo. Kahit anong point yan, kahit 4.1, 4.1 pa yan, mag-round up tayo. Okay? And then, for the step 5, we will now construct a distribution table and a tally. So, sa scores natin, mag-uumpisa tayo doon sa pinaka-lowest, which is 20, dito lang, 21. Okay. So, since our class interval is 5, bibilang tayo ng 5 from 21. So, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So, 21 to 25 ang ating unang table. And then, ang susunod is kasunod ng 25, that is 26. So, bibilang ulit tayo ng 5. So, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. And then, ang susunod sa 30 is 31. At ang kapareha niya is 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Para mas mapabilis natin ang ating paglalagay ng scores, ang gagawin natin ay magpa-plus lang tayo ng 5 dito sa lower limit natin. Ang tawag sa mga dito is lower limit. So, 31 plus 5 is 36. And then, 36 plus 5 is 41. And 41 plus 5 is 46. Ganon din sa kaparehas niya, which is called the upper limit. So, 35 plus 5 is 40. And then, 40 plus 5 is 45. And 45 plus 5 is 50. Now, na-reach na natin yung highest score. So, titigil na tayo doon. And we will count now the class size. So, magiging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, na-meet natin yung approximate class size. Now, dumako naman tayo sa frequency or denoted as F. Pag sinasabi nating frequency, ito yung kung ilang beses siya naulit doon sa mga score. For example, dito sa pinakamababa, 21 to 25. Ilang beses siya, ilang beses nabanggit or ilang estudyante ang nakakuha ng 21 to 25. Okay? Based on the data or based on the distribution. Ilang estudyante ang nakakuha ng 21 to 25? So, bibilangin natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, 21 to 25, meron daw nakakuha estudyante na 6. So, nakapaloob sa 21 to 25, that is 21, 22, 24, and 25. Ganon din sa 26 to 30. Ang nakapaloob sa 26 to 30 is 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So, bibilangin din natin yan. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So, 12. Sa 31 to 35, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So, 9. And 36 to 40, bibilangin din natin kung ilan ang nakakuha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, 11. And 41 to 45, that is 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, so 8. And sa 46 to 50, meron tayong 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, nabuo na natin ang frequency. So, proceed tayo sa next table, which is the lower boundary. Pag sinabi natin lower boundary, yan yung when we subtract 0.5 to the lower limit. So, lagi tayong magbe-base sa ating lower limit. Okay? Yan. So, tama naman yung sagot natin kanina. Sa lower boundary, we will be subtracting 0.5 from the lower limit. Okay? Para makuha ang lower boundary. So, 21 minus 0.5 is 20.5. 26 minus 0.5 is 25.5. And then, 31 minus 0.5 is 30.5. And 36 minus 0.5 is 35.5, 41 minus 0.5 is 40.5, 46 minus 0.5 is 45.5. So, ayan. Lagi tayong mag-rely sa lower class limit. Now, doon naman tayo sa less than cumulative frequency. So, nakuha na natin tong lower boundary. Again, nakuha to dahil nag-subtract tayo ng 0.5 from the lower class limit. Ito. And sa less than cumulative frequency naman, magre-rely or magbe-base tayo dun sa frequency. So, from the word itself, frequency. Now, ang gagawin natin is to add the lowest frequency from the lowest score to the succeeding ones. So, parang ganito, 6 plus 12, so i-copy muna natin to. That is our starting point. And then sa second table, i-add natin yung susunod. So 6 plus 12 is 18. Ngayon, ang nakuha natin dito, i-add naman natin dun sa susunod. So 18 plus 9 is 27. Now, i-add natin sa susunod ng 9, which is the 11. So 27 plus 11 is 38. And then 38 plus 8 is 46. Ang nakuha natin dito, i-add natin sa frequency, which is 46 plus 4 is 50. So, malalaman nyo na tama ang sagot nyo kapag nag-jive sa total number of items doon sa highest cumulative frequency. Now, bakit hindi pwede dito magsimula sa highest score? So, hindi pwede kasi mag-iiba na yung magiging value ng less than cumulative frequency. And if you do that, iba na din yung value ng ating quartile 1 value or quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3. Okay? So, dapat lagi tayong mag-umpisa dito sa lowest score, yung frequency niya. Again, in getting the less than cumulative frequency, we will be adding the starting point sa susunod na frequency niya. And then, yung nakuha nating sum dito, i-add natin sa susunod. Then, yung nakuha nating sum, i-add natin sa susunod. Nakuha nating sum dito, i-add natin dito. At saka dito, yung nakuha natin dito, i-add natin dun sa dito. Hanggang sa makaabot tayo sa last or the highest scores. And ang makukuha natin dun sa last ay equal doon sa total number of items. Okay, next. So, nabuo na natin. That is 6, 18, 27, 38, 46, and 50. And we can now proceed to the quartiles of group